Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and today I'm trying something a little different. I'm going to try using the pad to show you long division. But I'm not really used to using the pad, so it may look a little messy and we may have a few stumbles. But nevertheless, I want to try to walk you through step by step so you know how to do long division easily, or you can rewatch the video to help yourself get through some questions. So the first question I want to look at is 176 divided by 4. And the first thing you want to ask yourself is how many times does 4 go into the number 1? You look at your first number and it's a 1. Well, 4 won't go into 1 because 1 is too small. It has to be either the same number as your divisor or larger. So the next thing we do is we look at the number 17 because the 1 and the 7 is 17. How many 4s are in 17? Or in other words, 4 times what equals 17? Well, the closest we can get is 4 times 4 equals 16. Now, if you didn't know your times table, you could start at 2 times, most people know the 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. You can go through and just work your way up to where you need to be. And 5 times 4 is actually 20. And my 4 disappeared there. 20, that's too big, so we can't use that one. We only have 17 here, so 16 is as close as we can get. So that went 4 times, and 4 times 4, you multiply the number you have here in your quotient by the number in your divisor. 4 times 4 is 16, as we discovered, and we want to subtract that because it went up to 16 but not 17. So we subtract and we get a 1. Bring down your other number. In this case, it's a 6. And we have 16 again. Well, this makes it easy because we just finished doing one for 17. So we know that 4 times 4 equals 16. So that means that this is going to be another 4 in our quotient, or in other words, our answer. And 4 times 4 is 16. And when we subtract, we have 0. We have no remainder. Sometimes you'll have a remainder down here, which could turn into a fraction or a decimal or just a remainder. But we'll talk about that another time. For now, 44 is your answer. I'm going to try to circle that. 44 is your quotient, or in other words, is your answer. And if you multiplied 4 times 44, you would get 176. Okay, so your quotient times your divisor should give you this inside number, or your dividend. Okay, so that's that one. Let's have a look at one more, and let's just see if this works. Yes, good. 756 divided by 9. We're going to ask a similar question. We're doing 9 now. So I have to say how many 9s are in 7. 7's too small because it's smaller than 9, so there aren't going to be any 9s there. How many 9s are in 75? Well, now we have a fairly big number. So if you know your tables, it's no problem. If you don't, you just have to work at it a little bit. And 5 times, most people can do the 5 times because you just count by 5s. And 5 times 9 equals 45. Sort of staring at the screen because I'm focusing on drawing my numbers here. 5 times 9 is 45. We still have a ways to go, but with the 9s, I'm going to tell you a little method. The 9s, the first number goes up by 1, increases by 1. Second number goes down as you move through the tables. So that'd be 54. This would be 63. This would be 72. And that's as close as we're going to get because this is going to be 81. My 5 just seems to want to disappear there. So that's 6 times 9. That's 7 times 9. And that's 8 times 9. And the next one would be 9 times 9, but we can't go there because 72 is as close as I can get. So 8 9s is as close as I can get. So I put my 8 over the 5 because that's where we started. If we could have done this one, I would have put the number here. 8 times 9 is 72. So that's what I'm going to subtract. And I'm going to have a 3 here. 75 take 72 gives me 3. Bring down my 6. And I have 36. Then I say how many 9s are in 36, or what times 9 equals 36, or as close as I can get. Well, we saw 5 times 9 was 45, so that's a little too high. So I could try 4 times 9. I'm just coming down by 9. Now I'm going backwards, so this number is going to go down, and this number is going to go up by 1. So that's 36 exactly, so that's 4 times again. 4 times 9 is 36, and that, when we subtract, gives us 0. So again, we have no remainder here. If we did have a remainder, like a 4 or 3 or something, we could put remainder 3 up here, or it could turn into a 3/9, which would actually turn into a 1/3 if you know your fractions. Or it could become a decimal, and you could do that as well. But we'll talk about that in another video, or in another division course perhaps. So that's it. Just ask yourself the question step by step. The first number, can I do it? If you can, go ahead and do it. So if you had a question like 9/28 divide by 9, 9 will go into 9 once. So you could start there. 2, you bring down your 2. 9 won't go into 2. It's too small. So now you have a 0. And now you bring down an 8. And you say, how many times does 9 go into 28? It's actually going to be 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. And this time you have a remainder. So you have a remainder of 1. So I kind of cheated and snuck a remainder in there just as a quick to show you how to do it. If you can do that first number, then you just start there. Okay, very quick. Go over it again and again, however, and you'll see that it's fairly easy to do. And I'll just circle this as your answer, 84. And remember, 84 times 9 will equal 756. If you had a remainder, you'd have to add that on. But in this case, we don't. So that should exactly equal 756. If it doesn't, then you know you have a mistake, and you'll have to go back and check to see what went wrong. So there you go. Long division. It's not so difficult once you get onto it. Just ask yourself those questions step by step. If you need to work on the tables, you can start at 5 and go up or down, or start at 10 and come down if it's a big number. So you can work it out even if you don't know right away. And it's good to do some of these on pencil and paper. I know we all have calculators and cell phones with calculators, but practice, 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 because you build up your mental math skills. And if you just have a piece of paper, or you're working on construction or something, and you have a piece of wood you're working on, you can just scribble out the math question right there, and you don't have to even reach for your calculator. If you want more information about how to do different math skills and English skills and study skills, contact me, and here's my contact information. The website is www.tutoringcentral.com. Email tutoringcentral@hotmail.com. There's on the website you can find other information. I have a Skype address. It's also Tutoring Central, so that's very easy to get a hold of me on Skype. You can email me questions, sign up to a course or some lessons. I create lessons for students as well, so you can have a sort of individual program either for math or English, or a combination of both. There's online lessons that you can do on your own. There's so many things that I can help you with in terms of tutoring. But check that out. But most of all, this video is all about long division. So keep checking back, and as often as you need to with the first 2 screens that walk you through how to do this step by step. Okay, that's all for today. I hope this all turned out well. This is the first time we've tried this, and we'll talk to you later. It's Ron from L.T.L Tutoring Central. Bye for now.